Let us look a bit into our children. Yes, building relationship with our children is also a thing. It's very important to build relationship with our children. And why is this so? We want to raise children who will love us, who will remember us, who will be there for us, who would want to come back home. The truth is, take a moment, think about yourself as an adult. Okay, you used to be under your parents' roof before you grew, went to school, and then got married and left your parents' house, and then you became independent, right? Now look at the whole thing that come with adulthood. It's a lot. Yes, sometimes our parents even accuse us of not remembering them. Your parents call you and they tell you they miss you, it's been a while, you don't even check up on me. Now it's not because we don't love our parents, it's not because we don't care about them. One of the reasons is because we are also carried away with with work, with activities, with everything that comes with adulthood, with also parenting our children. Okay, so to also a large extent, another hand to it is also looking at the relationship that we have with our parents. Sometimes if the relationship you have with your parents is not solid enough, the tendency of you living life and not really remembering to check up on them or go back to them is kind of high, and we don't want to raise children who will make us feel lonely tomorrow. Hence the need to invest in solidifying the relationship that we have with our children. Is worth doing. It's a beautiful thing to parent. However, it's also a very difficult task. You all agree with me that it's kind of difficult. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, it can be a lot, especially if you're parenting single-handedly. If you have to, by way of one circumstance or another, you have to parent on your own. Say for example, like in my case, my husband is not fully in town. He comes and he goes, he visits, sometimes weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, as the case may be. And there are people who's because of the proximity, it's not like it's very far away from the city where I live, but there are some people whose spouses live like very, very far, and say they see each other once in 3 months or once in 4 months or even once in a year. It can be a lot for one parent to raise children. The truth of the matter is, you can lose it, you can get frustrated, and that's where the devil always likes to come in. He sees that you're frustrated, not because you want to be, but because it can just be overwhelming. The children will always be children. I say it all the time. Children will always be children. They will get on your nerves. They will do things that you have told them not to do. They will do things that that fit into what they want part time. It may not be what is best for them, but just because that's what they want to do, they kind of maybe want to break the rules, go out of the way of the values of the home. There are so many offs in that sentence. Anyways, you get what I mean. You get to find yourself being frustrated, especially when you have to parent alone. I tell you the truth, a whole lot of times when my husband is back, I'm just so happy because he just slides into the home and just knows that, this woman has been doing a lot. Let me stand in, let me come in and do my bits. So by way of not digressing, let me focus on the topic of this video, which is building relationship with our children. Sometimes the devil wants to capitalize on the fact that your emotions, you are draining, like you are draining emotionally your children. It's not as though these children are stubborn. It's not like as though these children don't listen. Sometimes it's the things you have put in place, it's the strategies that you have put in place that you may need to review, right? And whilst you're doing so, ensure that you do not lose out on your emotions. That's your strongest weak points. That's the point where the devil can easily get you to make you come out as though you are a paranoid parent, you are an aggressive parent, you are a parent who does not know how to be in control of their emotions, you don't love your children. Do you know that sometimes our children may see us as not loving them, and it's all because of how we handle emotions? And that's the devil at play there. I tell you the truth. We need to learn to keep our emotions in check. Basically, call your children have this heart-to-heart conversation with them. I tried it once and it worked for me. In every honesty, call your children and ask them very candid question, and then be ready to handle the truth. Ask them questions like, what have I done to you lately that you really do not like? You'll be so amazed what the kids will tell you. Tell them, mommy will not be angry, mommy will not be upset, mommy just wants to be a better mommy. Tell me what I have done lately to you that you really do not like. Now, the day I tried this with my son, in fact, as a matter of fact, I called him, and then it was just him and myself in my room. And when this question popped, like, he didn't expect it from anywhere. It was so he was so amazed at the question, and somehow his sister stepped into the room, and you know what he said? He quickly said, Mama and I are having a conversation, would you like to excuse us? Like, he also seized the moment and saw, like, he just also understood how critical that conversation was. And then he began to tell me. Now the truth is, they'll tell you some crazy things. They'll tell you even things that are necessary and things that are not necessary because they are children. Even when they legitimately deserve the discipline you give to them, they'll still mention it as the things you did that they didn't like. But it's in your place to know how to sift through whatever they have told you and find what really matters. Okay, so if in your case, if it's the way you raise your voice or the words you use while you're upset, or if it's the fact that you don't give them a chance to speak or to defend themselves when there is probably an issue at hand, then you may need to look at it again. So when they tell you things like that, be sure not to, get even more upset. Be genuinely, sorry if you have to, and then let them know that you took some decisions in their best interest. You needed to discipline them because they have to learn. If you have to also tell them what the Bible says about discipline, you should. When it says spare the rod and spoil the child. Now, sparing the rod does not necessarily mean flogging. If you have to flog in some cases, like an African woman that I am, then you should, but not. I don't really subscribe that all the time you flog, because flogging has been proven to be not very productive when it comes to discipline. So, but sparing the rod, in my opinion, would be using other disciplinary strategies to get the child to be responsible for their actions. Basically, have these conversations with your children. Let them know that you love them, and then whatever you're doing in their best interest. See, the truth is, at the end of the day, the relationship we build with our children, it's just as though we are banking this relationship, because we are going to draw from this investment in the future. We don't want to raise children who will leave home and don't want to come back. We don't want to raise children who would not love us, children who would not be kind to us, children who would not want to talk to us in the future because of how we probably have handled our emotions around them. And it's not you feeling entitled by saying, after everything I do for you, you shouldn't blackmail your children with things that you have done for them. In my opinion, you have brought them into this world. It's your full responsibility to cater for their needs, and you're there to care for them. So it's your job, it's your duty, it's your responsibility. But what is also in your responsibility is how you help them, how you intentionally invest in the relationship so much that they are able to be kind, be loving, and tomorrow in the future you benefit a whole lot. I hope this blessed you as much as it blessed me. I hope you found something useful from this video, and I just hope that every parent turn out children who will love them, and don't give the devil a chance. Basically, don't give the devil a chance by way of ruining your emotions. Your children are not bad, they're not stubborn. The devil is only wanting to frustrate you, make you overwhelmed, understands that you're overwhelmed, understands that you're draining emotionally, and wants to use that window to come in and make your children see you in another light. So you're not a bad mother, you're not a bad parent, you're just not fully in control of your emotions yet, and that is the angle that I want you to begin to work on. Look at how you handle your emotions, look at how you react to the things that your children do, so much that your relationship with them is as solidified as possible. So when you invest in building a stable and a healthy relationship with your partner, also know that building one with your children matters as much. Thank you for watching. If you watched up to this time, thank you. See, I'm still in the traffic, but I'm glad that I did this video. At least I have used one stone to kill two birds. So see you in my next one. Bye for now.